And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this BobBlast is about one of my compositions that I like to use in one of my paintings. I have here 16 design compositions I love to use, and today's composition will be this one, all about spirituality. So, where do I find spirituality? Well, I'm inspired by everything on nature. Look at this egg, the most perfect design in nature. And things that are a little more rough. This is like oak, fungus. Look at the most beautiful things in nature. Feathers. This is my crow feathers. These are my chicken feathers. These are pieces that have fallen off the trees. This almost looks like a Giacometti or a Brancusi sculpture, all from nature. Even the rusted leaves. I love the texture and the coloring. So this is where I get my inspiration, my spirituality. I guess I can say that right now. And so I get all my inspiration from those things that are found in nature. And let me show you my current pieces that I'm inspired from these beautiful shapes in nature. So everybody has their own idea of spirituality. Mine is taking a simple shape right from nature, like an egg or a pod of something. You know those pods you find underneath an owl box? I love those shapes. So I just work on shapes. They can be right in the middle or off to the side, grabbing attention to itself. But it's a shape that really gets me excited. Almost like walking down the street and seeing some Wabi-Sabi shapes of things, and you pick them up and you put them in your pocket. You don't know why you put them in your pocket, but they end up on that shelf in your studio. Wabi-Sabi. I like it because of the organic shapes. Here's pastels. Sometimes I do it with paints or pastels. I'm just warming up. These are my warm-ups. Use my whole arm and a pastel or a paintbrush and just getting the appreciation of nature, what Mother Earth has given us. And being a designer, I happen to like shapes and designs and forms and color. Therefore, I'm a painter, right? These are some of my warm-ups. Let me show you how I get started. So before I do a painting, I do a lot of startups and warm-ups. And you can see that's the result right there. On my table, I take Kilimanjaro watercolor paper. For ease, I'm just going to use some pastels. And I just start working with shapes. May as well start off with the egg shape. Oh, I love it. And you work with arm's length too. Don't sit there and go like neat, like that. Use that whole piece of pastel. Get into it. Remember, you're the mad scientist here today. You're just playing and appreciating Mother Nature. She's so much fun if you stop and watch and look at her. This is like walking through the woods or on the beach and picking up the shapes of things. You may not know what they are, but you end up putting them in your pocket. I know you do. And you take them back to your studio and put them on your windowsill. Things like that. Oh, look at this color. And this is where I actually pretend I'm a wild scientist. Here we go. Look at that. But pastel, you can do it quicker to get an end result. So I do like the shape. That's very much like an egg shape. And I'm not trying to make a pretty painting. That's what's really important here. I want to see how far I can play in my own mind and then also on the paper. So there you are, a great warm-up, just appreciating shapes. I'm going to soften it a little bit with my hands here. Oh, what a great shape. Maybe some highlights. Wow. So yeah, I like pebbles, forms, and shapes as a designer. So just one of my compositions, spirituality, which it can be interpreted any way you want it to be, your own spirituality, okay? So practice doing these every time before you start to do your main bigger painting with pastels and also watercolors or acrylics, but the whole idea is paint passionately, like you own it. Don't sit there and go, get into your painting and own it. Hey, paint like you mean it. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, and I'm teaching not one, but two beautiful workshops at the Dillmans, and I can't wait. The first one is abstract, non-objective, mixed media. Can you believe it? That room's gonna be fantastic. 4 days. And then after that will be 2 days of abstract florals and abstract landscapes. It's just going to be fantastic. The best thing about that is we stay in one place, we make it all up, we have plenty of time to paint 24 hours a day. Can you imagine that? You're on your own, or sometimes I even show up at nighttime too. It's fantastic. I get a lot of painting done, and you're going to get a lot of painting done too. So not a lot of speeches, plenty of demos, and plenty of paint time. I can't wait to see you at the Dillmans. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, and boy do we have some fun things to show you right now. We're about to do a free webinar featuring these beautiful, luscious, delicious, juicy, bright paints that I love to use all the time. So if you're afraid of luminous paints, all that kind of stuff, have been told not to ever use them, you're gonna love this one. We're gonna have the experts from Holbein along with, while I'm painting, talking about these paints and why they're so good. So the next screen you see here, we'll have the dates and the times and how to register for this free webinar. And there's more. You might even win one of these wonderful sets of the Holbein luminous paints. So stay tuned, and I'll see you there.